What's up, guys? My name is Ben with Third Shift Media, and we are interviewing the guys from Prison today. That's the band name, just FYI. How are you guys?
Very good, man. Doing good.
Awesome. So you're at the latter of the tour now, right?
Yep. Last 5 days.
Awesome.
Last 5 shows.
Yeah.
Awesome. How's it been so far?
It's been good. It's been a roller coaster, but it's been good.
Yep.
So before I start off with the questions, do you guys have any funny stories from this tour?
I'm trying to think now. I should have thought of this beforehand, but because
We should all come in with one.
I mean, yeah, you'd imagine there's always one, because there is.
They're
But so much funny shit happens just in general.
I don't know. Nothing comes to mind right now, to be honest.
Okay. So the first thing I want to ask is there a specific meaning behind the band name?
Long story short, it's a metaphor for your mind. So a lot of people stay locked up in their mind and they overthink stuff, and the phrase paralysis by analysis comes to mind, where you think about something so much that you don't actually do anything. So I guess since we write about a lot of mental health issues, I thought Prison was a pretty fitting name.
Okay. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay. This is another big tour that you guys have been added to. Also, you guys just announced that you're going on tour with For the Fallen Dreams, Sworn In, and Body Snatcher. How does that feel?
That was a last minute one. That was a real last minute one.
It feels really good though, because I know all of us have been listening to FTFD for, close to 10 years at least. So
Yeah, same here.
It's an honor to be part of the 10-year tour. So.
And it's cool that it's our second 10-year tour that we're doing, because we got to do Suicides
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. So it's just kind of we've fallen into 2 10-year tours, which is just super sick with both
amazing.
albums that we
Yeah.
freaking love.
Exactly.
So no, it's definitely cool.
Okay. I'm going to bring Johnny into the spotlight real quick. What's the deal behind Cope Notes?
Long story short, it's just a text-based app where you get one text a day, and it sort of pulls you out of whatever dark mental or emotional space you're in. So it's very simple, and it's randomly timed, so it's hopefully going to catch those bad moods off guard.
Awesome. How many hits have you had with that?
Well, today we just broke 5,000 texts sent, so I was pretty pumped about that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There was a big.
Oh, dude was popping. was popping.
He's known to fight bees.
And there's one right here.
No, I'm gonna have to step off for a second. Nope. I'm deathly afraid of those things. And that's and that's caught on
You just
camera
got
now,
knocked out.
Okay, fair enough. So
This is
not
going
guilty,
well.
not guilty by reason of insanity has hit its 1-year anniversary. Assuming that new material is in the works, are you planning on staying with the same sound or experimenting? If you can talk about that.
We're figuring that out as we go, kind of. So, we've got songs on songs that we've had written for a long time. We're writing new ones at the same time. So, we're kind of in the middle figuring that out. So,
Always at work.
yeah.
Okay. A fan submitted question is: a song on your EP is titled "Rape Me." Is this your stance against rape culture?
I'd say so. I think when I was writing it, I was super spooked about writing it. When I was driving home from the studio, I was really in my head about the lyrics. But I think in my head, if someone can hear that song and hopefully that helps them come to terms with what happened to them, or someone hears that song and it prevents sexual aggression on their part, say someone's in a car with a girl and she's like, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed, and he might just be like, oh yeah, you know what, let's just call it, go to sleep, I'll see you next time. And if that song could be that for either party in that situation, I'm super thankful.
Exactly. Getting back to what was brought up earlier, many songs on Not Guilty by Reason of Insanity address mental issues. What advice can you give anyone who struggles daily?
Smile. It'll only get better.
Okay.
Literally today I was reading this article that said that smiling is more contagious than yawning, and that when you do it, your brain is actually working to understand why you're smiling. So you can literally rewire your brain chemistry by smiling when you're not happy, because your brain has to like scramble to figure it out. I was a psych major, so I read a bunch of stuff like that.
No, I didn't know
But
that. That's
yeah,
actually
that's like-
awesome to know.
You can literally smile yourself into feeling better because the neurons in your brain are like, what does this mean? You know?
Cool.
I promise
Wow.
you look 10 times better than frowning.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Recently, you guys took to Facebook about your van's transmission dying 2 days before leaving for tour. For those who don't know, how did you pull through and make the tour?
It was
Well.
it was a lot of things. First off, the people that actually like bought merch and helped us out in those 2 days that we really had to scramble together and try to figure something out. That helped us a tremendous amount. Thank you for that. And then scrambling to actually like get the whole transmission ordered and all that. I mean, the first 3 weeks of the tour, we were in somebody else's van.
Yeah,
we were
John
was that?
we were in a friend's.
Some
yeah.
friends band Moral Code.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shout out to Moral Code, because
Yeah.
we would have just been home for the first hour.
Yeah,
And
so I-
and Defended. They
Yeah, so they helped us
Moral
out,
Code and Defended.
and
Awesome.
And
yeah, so that's where we've been.
literally the day before I left for the tour, I was like freaking out about what to do, and this couple from my church handed us like $700 in cash,
Awesome.
like at church. And I was
Yeah,
like,
just,
whoa, of
like,
all
out of
places
nowhere.
for someone to like be like, yo, you guys slam, like there's a bunch of money. I was like, what?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When you tour, what's on your playlist?
We all listen to different things.
Yep.
Like, all of us listen to completely different things.
So yeah, even if it's just like one band each, what would you say?
Chuck listens to a lot of R&B.
Yep.
Oh,
Like,
I love it.
the buffet.
Yeah, R. Kelly. I just randomly found this guy off Spotify. I don't know if it's how you say it. It's like Tyus or something like that, but he's super sick. New Post Malone, anything like that. That's what I'm spinning.
John's a death metal guy.
Implosive Disgorgence is my.
He's the real
Is
slam
my
guy,
thing.
not fake slam.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Cooper, what do you jam?
Leading.
Podcasts.
He
But
jams Joe Rogan.
I-
Jams
fighting
podcasts.
I jam Joe Rogan, and then I'll just watch movie reviews. And
You love it.
and Johnny's a hater, but I love it.
No.
I do like to
Well,
watch
the
movies while I
reason
drive.
the reason he's a hater is because he's never seen a movie before.
I will one day. I'll watch a movie soon.
Yeah.
Heard
So
a lot about
you
him.
know.
In a recent interview with Spencer Chamberlain from Under Oath, he recently stated that he doesn't think that religion should be in music. Do you guys have an opinion on that?
My opinion is that you can write about whatever you want. That's just my thing.
Holler.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in that boat. I remember listening to Molotov Solution when I was a kid and being like, man, their lyrics are so political. And then as I was literally like 14. I was like, they should keep politics out of music. And then like as I grew up, I was like, oh, he's just writing about what he's passionate about. So I definitely err on that side. Just like if you have a pen and you have a microphone or you have any sort of outlet, just use it to get out whatever you need to get out.
Yeah.
Okay. A lyric from Our Father states, commanded by the hand of God to judge the few. God isn't the problem, it's people like you. That's pretty powerful, and I kind of think of Deceiver by Darkness Divided. Really the question is, do you find religious hypocrisy something that's common in music?
Religious hypocrisy in music?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like you're one religion and someone else is another religion and you don't believe in that and you're like kind of like condemning them for it.
Well, I think the cool thing about music is like there's not as much of that here as there is out there. So like I'll like sit at the merch table and like read on my Bible app and Wednesday is like 666. I'm like, heck yeah, kill it Wednesday. And there's not like any sort of weird tension. I spoke to
Yeah.
Andy at length about it. Like Andy from Comic Christ has read the Bible front to back tons of times, wrote like dissertations on it, and he's like, I just flat out don't enjoy the idea of talking about faith. But then we wound up talking about it for hours and
Yeah.
it was like totally peaceful. And I don't think that kind of thing happens in like a bar or like at a family reunion.
Yeah, or it's like you see bands like Christian bands say like For Today went on tour with like a lot of bands that were really anti-religious and like they got a lot of backlash for it. And it's just like, again, it's like make whatever you want, tour with whoever you want.
I think there's a danger in like this subculture being as small as it is for us to divide it even more based on like, oh, this band is this genre or this band is actually from this city when they have members in another city. Like, I think that would be the dumbest thing we could do as a culture, is to like segment even more to where there's smaller factions. Like, I think that's one thing I love about hardcore and punk and metal is that people show up here wearing like flip-flops and like
Yeah.
or like a dentist scrubs or whatever, and no one treats them any different. They're like, come on, man. And
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
very inclusive.
Okay, we got 2 more questions. One is, you were a part of the Me Too movement. Did you face any backlash being male?
Yeah, I tried not to lend too much credence to it. So when we first dropped that song, and I put out a photo that had to do with it, and I had a few not super kind comments and messages about people being like, I used to look up to you, and I thought you were a man, and all this stuff. But it's like, if I think about like 100 kids somewhere being mad at me for saying it, and then one person being like, I'm glad I'm not the only
Yeah.
one, then the 100 people are like, no offense, because I don't think anybody is negligible, but I think the one person being helped outweighs 100 people being sour about it, you know?
Okay, and last question is, do you feel that there's a lot of politics within the music scene and touring scene?
There can be.
I mean, what do you mean as far as?
Like, case in point, of course, there were rumors that went around that you've bought onto Suicide Silence. Or,
Yeah, which,
or,
yeah, I mean, that-
even
that-
in this case, I'm sure there's someone saying,
That-
oh, they bought onto For the Fallen Dreams or something.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that.
all those rumors are ridiculous. I mean,
show emails.
yeah, I
Come
mean,
at
and it's
us.
not ridiculous because I mean, like, some bands break through after doing something like that, so it's totally not even something that should be looked down on. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, no, we didn't buy onto anything like that. And I mean, people will say what they want to say. We know at the end of the day that we don't have anything to prove. So
Yeah, you guys know what you did to get on the tour.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
My favorite part of that whole thing was there was this kid who commented on something like, I heard you paid $10,000.
It was like-
and I literally
It was
commented,
like-
like, if I had $10,000, the last thing I would do with it, like, I posted a status like 10 things I would rather do
Yeah, I
with
think I remember
$10,000
seeing
than
that.
buy onto Suicide
yeah.
Silence.
It's like, yeah, there's so much.
Oh, you getting got, dude. Get him.
We all are.
So
Yeah.
much more that you
Pop
can. There's so much more that you can do with that kind of money that can actually benefit the band. Other than
yeah, I mean, like, you know, like, with $10,000, I mean, like, dude, you can like, get a van, get a trailer, like, I mean, we already had those things, mind you, but I mean, like, you know, there's other things that you can do, build up your stage, like, you know, production and stuff like that, like,
Buy good gear.
yeah, buy
Yeah.
good, buy good
That's a
gear.
good place
Let's
to
start there.
start.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and that's not to again bash anybody who you know has bought onto tours or anything like that, but we
mean-
did not buy onto either one of those tours.
To answer your question further, I think that it's like politics in the music industry. It's like always going to be there some way or another, and I mean, you can either like dwell on it and like get upset at things like people saying that you bought onto a tour, or you can just, you know, ignore it, and because it doesn't matter either way, you know.
Awesome. Well, that's all I have for you guys. Do you have anything that you want to tell fans real quick?
Come check us out on the For the Fallen Dreams tour.
Yeah.
Starting August 3rd and ending August 19th. Then I guess else we could say is that won't be the last that you see us this year. And
Awesome.
that's really it. And-
Awesome. Well, this is Prison. You can buy their album Not Guilty by Reason of Insanity on iTunes and find it on any streaming service.